Sojourn with the Lord.
In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus re-established the standard of God's righteousness and called us to measure up. The point is to do it, to take Jesus' teachings seriously and follow them to the best of our ability. The good news is God loves us, even when we fall short, which is most of the time, yet as we strive for the righteousness of God, we experience more of the fullness of God's grace and love. In today's gospel, Jesus says, "Don't lay up treasure for yourselves on the earth." We have 2 points to reflect. 1. Jesus' teachings runs contrary to the world in which we live. All our lives we have been taught to make and save and invest and accumulate as much as we can. It is the American way. The one with the most toys wins. And 2. I think we are afraid if we don't lay up treasure on earth, we will run short. We won't have enough to get by. And we would think and believe that God will provide, but deep down inside, what we really believe is God take care of those who take care of themselves. So, we have a problem that we have been taught not to lay up treasure on earth, but we do it anyway. As a result, we get so preoccupied with the things of this world that we fail to experience the abundant life God promises through faith in Jesus Christ. I had a friend years ago who had more things than anyone I have ever known. He was not all that materialistic. It just came easily for him to acquire things. He was a businessman and he had a wheel and deal, and just like that, he would be the proud owner of another car, a boat, or some gadget. One day, he took inventory of everything he owned that had a motor. He said he had something like 35 internal burning engines to keep running. We may not have as much as this, but you know what I mean. If we are not careful, we can be possessed by our possessions. The more we have, the more time and effort it takes to keep up with them. Possessions have a way of taking priority. But the bigger problem is that our possessions tend to give us a false sense of security, as if to say, if we only had enough money or enough property or enough furniture and clothing and so on. So, dear friends, let us trust in the assurance of God and strive to lay up treasure not on earth but in heaven.